All right, guys, thank you for joining me again. For those of you that are here, so we're gonna jump right into it. So today, guys, we're gonna talk about um, the Nashville incident and Trump's indictment. So we're gonna start with Trump's indictment because it's the easier one. It's such BS. I know that right now, liberals are having a orgasm fest over this. Um, it's strange. Smoky Blaze, I can see you in this channel. Yeah. Thank you, Kenneth, for the 5x5. Appreciate it. Right, guys. So it took this long to indict him. They were dragging their feet about it at first, but it seems like just as this incident and the Epstein thing, the incident in Nashville and the Epstein thing is starting to heat up, if you will, or more things are starting to come out about it. It seems that because these two cases came around, they all of a sudden indicted him. They had such a hard time getting him indicted. What was it, a week ago, 2 weeks ago? Now all of a sudden, there's more shit about Epstein coming out, and they're like, no, 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 let's indict this dude. Let's find him on something, anything. Um, and I'm probably gonna start buffering in a couple seconds. Um, yeah, guys, it's total bullshit. It's the worst. Let's turn this off. Maybe that's the problem. All right. Hopefully that's not it. If I am buffering, please let me know. No, it's not you, the prepping artist. It's me. I'm in a hotel. I'm live streaming from a hotel, so I'm using their cell signal. I mean, their internet. Sorry. Anyway, guys. So yes. Now the craziness about it is Trump is actually getting bent out of shape over this. I'm like, listen, man, there's nothing for you to get bent out of shape. You know this is BS. You know that they're coming down with this nonsense to distract us away from the bullshit. And also, guys, the other reason why I think that not even I think I'm 1,000% sure, guys, they did this. The whole thing that's happening in I think it's Tennessee with the trans people rioting over there at that Capitol down there, that they're acting a fool at that one. They're trying to take our eyes off of that, and they're trying to focus on this indictment, which again is BS. It's nothing but a misdemeanor charge, guys. He's not going to go to jail over this. He is not doing jail time over this. So why are they charging him? Well, because they're trying to diminish his, I guess, his capacity to run at the election. But it doesn't matter. He's going to run in the election. He is probably going to win. Enough people are pissed off at what they're seeing with this current administration and the fact that this current administration is doing everything in its power to create and or start divide, which they're doing both. People are seeing that. People are seeing that money, our tax dollars are going into Ukraine. People are seeing that. People are seeing that the economy crash. So all that being said, man, this is a giant distraction, and that's all this is. Right now, supposedly NYPD was given notification earlier today, or moments ago, rather, sorry, to be ready. Actually, they're calling them in. They're calling a lot of them in from being off, and they're seeing whether or not something's going to pop off. Nothing is going to pop off. This is not the place or the case, guys, where you start acting a fool because he's getting indicted on a misdemeanor charge. Sorry. So, that being said, guys, this is bullshit. That's all it is. I don't see anything big coming out of this. I know people are they're happy. They're saying the first ex-president to be charged with a crime. It really isn't a crime. Um, people can say, well, it's a misdemeanor. So it's walking across the street. Jaywalking is a crime. Well, it's not a crime. It's a violation. One and the fucking same. But nonetheless, guys, it's bullshit. And all they're trying to do is they're trying to make sure people don't vote for him come 2024. Or, did I say 2024? Yeah, 2024. So this is going to be another distraction that I think a lot of us are smart enough to understand what's going on, and we're smart enough to know this is a ploy, and this is not going to turn out the way they think it is. If they had this hard of a time to indict him on a misdemeanor charge. It took them 3 weeks to do it, or 2 weeks to do it. If it took them that long to do this, you think they're gonna find him guilty on this? No fucking way. And even if they did, it's a fine. He's not doing jail time. Randy, that's the other thing. So we're gonna head into that real quick because we're at the 5 minute mark or 6 minute mark. The Nashville asshole, Audrey Hale, who I find interesting, guys, that people are calling her a him, and in some cases they're calling her her. So it's a chick pretending to be a dude, trying to play a dude. Anyway, so she goes into this school and she shoots up 6 people. I think 3 kids and 3 teachers. She winds up getting nailed. Now there's a video going around on Instagram. I'm pretty sure you can find it elsewhere of the 2 cops that tagged her. That was pretty cool, and because they moved fast, they were moving through that school with a purpose. They were like, "Yo, Uvalde, hold my beer," and they fucking went through the school and they cleared it in 2 minutes and 30 seconds, or 2 minutes and 31 seconds. They were fucking fast. They were proficient. They got the job done. They neutralized the suspect. Everything was good after that, minus the kids being killed, and the teachers. But the craziness about the whole thing is now the transgender community is screaming that they're going to be targeted. I'm like, wait a minute, fucko. First of all, no one is. I don't know anybody that's looking at this one transgender commit this act. I don't know looking at this and going after the rest of the transgender community. The transgender community are creating this problem that does not exist. They're sitting there saying, "Oh, that the hate's going to start on us," and then some transgender are supporting this fucking fool for doing what he did. Oh, they killed another one of us. You better believe it. But I don't think that anybody. I know I'm not. I'm not looking at this idiot and going, the rest of the transgender community is like this. No, nobody's doing this, right? Nonetheless, guys, they are calling for a day of violence or some shit, or a day of rage. The transgender community. Now, keep in mind, guys, I have to say this. It's the young transgender community. It's not the old school people who have been wanting to be left alone forever. It's not them. It's these new age assholes that are going down there to start some shit. Adriana just said something about April 1st. April 1st, these people are calling for shit in D.C. I hope so, because guess where I'm going to be? Going to be in D.C. filming that shit too. And try to be objective. I don't know if I can. I mean, I can be objective to that because it's going to turn into a shit show, and I hope it does. I really do. I hope these people bring out their dildo nunchucks. Though nobody wants to get hit in the head with a dildo nunchuck, because especially if it's caught on video. Nonetheless, I hope they do. I hope they fucking do, because it's going to be fucking on. Because if Patriots show up to this, it's going to be a shit show, without a doubt. And I think, I hope that it gets shut down before it starts. I don't think it will. Because again, these people are adamant about doing what they're going to do. Now, they were at a Capitol, I think it was Nashville, right? And they were acting a fool there. There's a video going around of them being fucking cockbags at fucking Nashville. Let me see if I'm right. I'm pretty sure it was Kentucky, not Nashville. It's Kentucky. Sorry, guys. It was Kentucky Capitol, not Nashville, and they were acting a fool in there. And nobody's talking about that. You know why they're not talking about it? Because we're all fucking focused on, or they are all focused on Trump's indictment, which again is bullshit. The show's issue has already been debunked. What that show issues has already been debunked. He said, just an FYI, at Wayne's Wood. What was Wayne Wood talking about? All right, whatever. I can't keep up. My eyes are old and I can't see this shit. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. The conspiracy theory shit. Yeah, listen, it is what it is. That looked like a real enough video to me. That didn't look staged at all, especially the way her body dropped. And her body looked like a cartoon character fell out of the sky. I've never seen anybody in that contorted a position. Actually, I have. I've seen. All right, Picari, I'll get your email after this. But I've never seen it. I've seen a couple people laid out that way after they got shot. I'm not laughing. It was a little comical when I saw her body laying. I'm like, why the fuck she laying on the ground like Waldo? Like, what the fuck is that? You know, like she just fucking bang, and she's just like there was this ridiculous contortion of her body. I was like, holy shit, who can get in that position, huh? I can't. But yeah, guys, it's a problem because there's division growing even more. Now, I don't know, guys, if the transgender community is saying this or they have a plant within their community starting some shit up. Because it don't make sense to me, man, that your fucking shooter is going after kids and automatically you got people saying we have to honor the shooter. What? That don't sound like. Listen, we have to be objective enough to look outside of the box and think this can't be the trans community. This has to be a fucking plant within the trans community starting some shit and rallying other people up. But we shall see when we see them at if they come down to DC. I hope they do. I want to go to DC again anyway. I want to fucking film some shit. But whatever, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. We'll see what that turns into. I do hope that it does turn into some good footage at the very least. But yeah, I like the pronoun thing that was going on after they tagged her. The pronoun was like was were. That was pretty funny. I know that's a little heartless, but that was pretty funny. But we can't, guys, let that division divide us some more. I know a lot of people are against the whole transgender shit, at least the transgender shit with the kids. But we can't let that be another division because I am so sure it's a plant or some agent, transgender feds. Yeah, right. It's got to be somebody in there that's fucking starting this shit up and starting this rumor up. But it's got to be because I can't see anybody of a sound mind going, let's fucking honor the person that shot kids. Pinball. I can absolutely. I'm not surprised. Pinball says, "Did you hear the White House press secretary said that the shooter was a victim?" They are. Thank you for bringing that up. They are painting the shooter as a victim, guys. The trans community, if you will, or one of those federal plants in the trans community, were planting. We're saying that the shooter was a victim, and they were going as far into the past as saying because they're trans, we're all victim kind of deal. So they labeled her as a victim. And they're probably going to label her as a victim of gun violence because two white cops shot her, right? So, yeah, this is going to get interesting, and the media is definitely spinning this shit. The media is definitely going to drum this up a lot worse than it should be, and we just got to stay away from it. Listen, if there are some psych patients out there that are honoring the shooter as an honorable person, that was started by somebody from the fucking Fed side. We can't fall for the bullshit because that's what they want. I'm not saying we should team up and fucking, kumbaya and hold hands or hands across America, but I'm just saying that don't fall for the bullshit. I definitely think that was a federal plant that started that bullshit out there, started leaking it out there, and people were like, oh, look at that, But yeah, there's a definite problem when you start calling the shooter a victim. Let that shooter have been a white Christian man, and he would have been a terrorist. Let it be a fucking transgender victim. Right? See where this goes? Doesn't work out fucking well for everybody when you start doing that bullshit. But anyway, that being said, guys, the Trump thing is a distraction. It's either against the Epstein case, the trans shooting thing, and I forgot the third one that I mentioned. It's one of the three, guys, or one of the two at this point. It's just all a distraction. That's all it is. You can't really. You're gonna indict him on this bullshit, and he's gonna walk anyway. Like it's like and he's not gonna do any jail time. He's gonna pay a fine. They're like, we're gonna hit you with a fine, and he's gonna pay the fine, and he's gonna double down in his fucking election. And people are noticing, guys, that they're picking on him for every little bullshit. If fucking Trump right now, tied his tie some unorthodox way, people would be like, oh, that's not the American way to tie your tie. He's a fucking communist. Like they're trying everything, and they're trying too hard, and they look desperate. Desperate people are trying desperate shit to bring him to not run and make him look bad when he runs, whatever it is. But I am running on fucking empty now, so I'm gonna go lay down, relax, do some. I don't know. Probably just gonna stare at the ceiling until it's time for me to eat, which is gonna be in another half hour. But anyway, guys, they are making Trump talk stronger. That is for sure. There are people that are like enough already with this Trump bullshit. They're obviously picking on him. Right. Anyway, with that being said, guys, I'm gonna go off the air now. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for the donations. Thank you for the support. And I will catch up with you guys a little later. All right, guys. Thank you.